don't cost anything at all, and Dima is probably supposed to ruin all your crazy dreams about becoming billionaires by coming up with a nice idea. So start it.
Yes. So thank you guys for staying so late.
And sorry, Dima, I remember I promised you to record your presentation, but Katya, may I ask you to record a full video of his presentation? So I delegated it to you.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for staying so late, guys. Does anybody here have a smartphone?
No.
Okay, great. So my presentation will be kind of interactive. So please scan this QR code, or you could go to menti.com and use the following code. It will be 8038112. So here you will see on your smartphone a button Open Q&A. You could write your questions there. Also, you will see like and dislike for each of the slides. You could also vote like this or like that. I'll promise I will not chase you for voting thumbs down. And we will have some kind of quizzes. And please, when you do log in, press the heart button, so I will know that you are with us. Oh, one like. Cool. So do you want to start with Q&A at the back, or should I start?
It's up to you.
Okay.
What you like.
Okay, 4 likes. Perfect. So my topic would be why ideas aren't worth a dime. I think that ideas probably hugely overrated. At times you could agree or disagree with me, but anyway, let's talk about it. So first things first, as usual, who I am. Now I'm head of front-end department in the fintech company. Why I wanted to talk about this topic. I've seen too many projects during my career as a project manager, and so on and so forth. So I've seen a lot of people just coming to you, and before anything they say like, hey, please sign an NDA. We have a special secret project. And then you sign an NDA and you say, okay, what's the project about? And they say like, it's an Uber for Arabian countries. Okay, super secret. So this is why I want to speak about this topic. So let's start with a simple quiz. Let's meet each other. Who's there? Please vote if you're a software developer, if you're HR, business owner, or kind of a manager, or nothing about this. Probably we will have some experiments. Okay.
You know, there are also some philologists here, linguists.
Yeah.
You didn't consider that.
Where are there?
Are there any doctors here? Or any
Doctors, I don't know.
construction
Do
workers?
we need a doctor?
Yeah, sure. On the Scrum Master, yeah. Okay, so probably 5 others, 2 software developers and 2 business owners. That's an interesting. Okay, 3 software developers. Okay, so let's proceed with the next slide. Yeah, just problem in a nutshell. When people speaking about startups, they put too much attention to their ideas and don't take into account a lot of details that I suppose should be put into account. So, you know, that kind of memes like expectations versus reality. So when you are thinking about cool idea for your $1 billion startup, usually you think like, hey, I think I create some kind of idea, and then I do IPO, I cash out, tag life, stuff like that. And usually in reality, you should hire people, you should develop them, you should find clients, you should do a lot of boring stuff actually. And it's an unexpected thing for a lot of people, I guess. That's why I want to highlight that. So, simple example. You probably do retro, right, in your teams, like in Scrum, if you're a developer or manager. So please rate how much of the ideas you implemented after retro meeting? Like you highlighted them, you wrote them, and how much in percents you've implemented, like from 0 to 100%. Okay, first vote, 30%. Wow, really? That's nice. Probably if I could vote, I would vote like 5% or something like that. 16. Okay, nice. You see, like it's somewhere around 24%, like 1/4, and we are speaking about like probably simple ideas that you try to implement into your team, to your people, to make your life better, and you could like do on the quarter. Why is that? Yeah, and I want to highlight some basic biases that should be, I think, should be taken into account when you are thinking about startup and stuff like that, especially digital one. I think that in startup, people probably more valuable than the ideas, because you know, like 95% of startups initially fail. So you should fail fast and then move with your team to the next startup. Probably it should work like that. Usually people think that no competitors is great. You think like, hey, I have no competitors, I will conquer the market, but maybe there is no market at all. Try to think about it. And also usually people overvalue their needs, and if you need it, it doesn't mean that everyone will need it, or you will find a market and find enough customers for your startup. Yeah, and people don't like changes, as I mentioned in the simple example, speaking about retro. People don't want to change anything, even if it will be better for them. And usually people don't like the results, they like just the process. You should take that into account as well. Okay, what do we have here? Question. Yeah, it's a quiz time. You could put some kind of nickname here, and please answer the following question. What was the initial ideas of business for the Netflix founders? You have 4 options. Probably not a lot of time. Okay, so actually it was personalized dog food, and this is kind of funny because right now Netflix is kind of everything about personalization. And you can see how so they didn't started this idea, but they did started DVD sendings through emails, and then they go to the streaming service, and you know the rest of the story. So why I said this? Yeah, let's take it to the leaderboard. So St. Elmo, you are the leader. So you probably could start with a bad idea and then do some kind of pivot. So when you are changing your business model, it's called pivot. So for example, Disney started with, I don't know, with what exactly, but now they have parks, they have streaming services and so on and so forth. PayPal, the initial idea was like giant fail because they implemented payments for the laptop and computers, and nobody needed. WhatsApp, initially it was check the availability app, and then founders found that people use statuses to check with others, and then they did implemented chat, and it was a huge success. So yeah, let's stop talking about boring things and a couple of words of how to be in fields rich. Probably you could switch from idea or to experiments or hypothesis. So as Jeff Bezos said, success is a function of how many experiments you do per month, per week, or per day. So yeah, let's switch from the ideas to the hypothesis. And why should we switch? the hypothesis could be checked fast and cheap. And it's all about business, it's nothing personal, just business. Check it, and if it's fail, then forget about it and go to the next one. And only clients could verify hypothesis, not our imagination or not our friends, not our family. Only your clients could verify your hypothesis. And how could we test it? For example, we could do some kind of problem interviews. We could create prototypes. It's like really easy nowadays. You could use Figma, stuff like that. And there are a lot of zero or low code solutions on the market that you could easily use to create first draft prototype. Or you could create a presentation to the investors first. So let's take a brief look at the app example. I've created it by myself, and I will give you a quick question after this video. It's a simple app. It's kind of CRM for hiring. So you could add positions here, add people there.
So does it use a real database working on some server?
Yeah, it's actually a software as a service solution. So as a database, it uses Google spreadsheets. So yeah, nothing special. And I've created it. Probably this will be enough. And let's see. Yeah, let's see the following question. How much time I spent to create this app? What do you think this? Please answer.
Guys, please vote on your phones.
Please vote on your phones. Let's do it quickly. Test it. And if it fails, it fails. And you just not spend a lot of money. Sorry.
Sorry, Dima, what do you mean by saying if it fails? How exactly should it fail?
Yeah, so you could go to your potential customers and ask them just simple questions, or ask them to try your app, leave your feedback, so stuff like that. And if your clients will say that it's bullshit, that probably you should not continue to hire expensive developers and stuff like that. Okay, let's wrap it up. A couple of more thoughts. And yeah, one more question during our quiz. What do you think will be the most important part to successfully launch a startup? Please just write one word in English only, Russian will be not good.
Yeah, you don't have so much time, so you should be
Yeah,
in a hurry.
yes, please be in a hurry. I don't know, do we have some kind of gift for winner of the quiz?
I can hug this person.
You can have it.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Just hug.
Yeah.
So you are praying that he will be yours, right? Okay.
And take pizza.
Oh yeah, free
Pizza.
an extra piece of pizza for this person.
Okay, 7 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. And we'll see one more. Team, luck, time, training. So the correct answer was a team. Actually, we had a winner, I guess. Yeah, one person, Stars idea. That's an interesting. It said that there will be no right answers, but yes. So Simba, beautiful line, is our winner. He'll get pizza.
Who is our Simba?
Who's our Simba? Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, and just a couple of thoughts. I think the team is the main point. That you should put a lot of attention to your team rather than to your idea, and you should try it. If you will fail fast, then it's okay. And yeah, please use clients to verify your hypothesis, as I said, and not your ego, because it may cost you a lot of money. Yeah, and the best way to start something is to start and quit talking and just start doing the guesses. famous quote from Jason Statham, as you can see. And things that I found quite useful about this topic, the mom test by Robert Fitzpatrick probably would be my top pick. You know, you could spend like 2 or 3 hours reading this book, and it will saves you a lot of time in the future. And I would suggest to read Telegram channel called Dark Side by Arkady Marinis. He writes really useful things about startups, digital ones and not digital ones. So thank you again for your kind attention.
Dima, I will start with my own question. Sorry for running ahead. So we discussed fintech startups with you some time ago, and you said that you need a whole lot of money for a fintech startup. Why are they more expensive than ordinary startups?
Because you have to hire like really expensive specialists, because you will compete with everyone and with big banks like Hypertech, stuff like that, and you will have like pretty huge cost of mistake, so you could not allow yourself to any mistake on the production. You had to do a lot of integrations, you had to deal with regulation stuff, and probably that's why it's really, it will cost you a fortune.
Good. Got it. And just mentioned that you've got a fintech idea, but what is the best way to test it? I mean, if you have a fintech idea, you are not a bank, you cannot really implement it. So how does it work?
I like the Amazon approach, honestly, to start with a press release. So maybe you should start with some kind of presentation to your investors and to the potential ones, of course. And if they won't buy it, why you think you would be successful?
So you're saying that basically if people give you money, that maybe your idea is worth something. But what if they give you money, but after immediately you realize that your idea is shitty? Would you say that it doesn't cost this money, or you would just accept the money and try to fail?
You could buy a Range Rover in that case and just... No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Probably you, as I mentioned, you could do a pilot and switch to another hypothesis or idea if you will like find that the initial idea is shitty and don't worth anything.
Yeah, and if you were a venture capitalist, what areas in fintech would you be most interested in ideas? I don't know, maybe you can create like a payment system for blonde ladies, or it can be anything.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah. Right now, I'm a huge fan of different kinds of exchanges, like stock markets, bond markets, options, future stuff like that. So I guess it would be my pick, some kind of exchange of liquid assets.
Okay, and can you actually create a startup when you're not a bank? I mean, can fintech startups exist without any integration with a bank or other types of financial institutions?
I could hardly imagine. Probably they could, but I think it's just a matter of time.
Maybe it will be something related to cryptocurrencies and stuff.
Yeah, maybe some kind of scam projects, of course.
Yeah, we can do it together, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, any questions?
Yeah, but by the way, we have 2 questions, I guess. I don't know if they're real or not.
You have the questions.
Okay. Yeah, I have 2 questions. What's wrong about people like results, not a process? Yeah, actually, it may sound counterintuitive for someone. Usually people don't like to achieve results, they like just the process, just, try to think about you and the gym. You just initially have some kind of goal to lose weight, stuff like that, and then you just find yourself going to gym from time to time and not achieving anything, and you find yourself like in a comfort zone. So it's not 100% true, of course, but sometimes some people, a lot of people, I would say like 80%, like process more than result. Yeah. And the next question, that reaches the end of presentation. I don't know how to read this question. So maybe we could proceed with your questions.
Yeah. So, any questions from the audience? Anyone?
Why switching cheap since resources are limited? The main point here is to test the hypothesis as cheap as possible, so you don't put a lot of efforts or resources in your hypothesis. You just, I don't know, maybe you could hard code something on the existing website, for example, like spend 6 hours there or 8 hours, then test your metrics and conversion, and if it works, you will do like critical encode and implement it in the production. So the main idea is to spend as few resources as possible.
Anyone else? And my final question for today, Dima, I just mentioned that in some parallel universe, after spending a night in a strip club with your friends, you return home, and as a fintech specialist, you return home and your girlfriend asks you, where have you been? What is the best and shortest answer you can give?
The strip club, of course, because fintech is all about, it's nothing but transparency.
Okay. Any other ideas? Well, if I were you, I would say NDA.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.